guys. I was just in the middle of trying to build a Jimmy Savile mask for my Halloween work party, but it's a bit fiddly, so yeah, I'll leave that alone. This week, week's been pretty interesting. We'll do a quick news roundup. Lance Armstrong is set to launch a new yellow wristband in light of the recent drug report by the US ADA. His new Live Wrong band will be in All Good Chemist by Christmas. And fair play to Lance. I didn't think he had the balls, to be honest. I saw the Hulk Hogan sex tape this week, which features a tanned blonde with huge tits, and there was also a woman in it as well. Apparently, Hulk has no idea who the brunette in the tape is. I'm putting a tenner on Brutus the Barber Beefcake. Lewis Walsh has denied claims that the X Factor was fixed to keep one of the contestants in the competition. The X Factor has fixed my ass. It's worse now than it ever was. The only way to truly fix the X Factor would be to shoot everyone involved in making it. As you'll remember, Barlow, 41, stormed off the set in disgust last Sunday after one of his acts was sent home. I haven't seen a Barlow leave that quickly since Ken saw Deirdre naked. Abu Hamza, the radical cleric, could be facing the death penalty now that he has been deported from the UK to the great United States of America. It's not all bad for Abu, as Guantanamo Bay Prison are actually putting on Peter Pan for this year's Christmas panto, so that should be good. And hey, look, if we do decide to electrocute him, at least he can hold his arm up in the air and pretend like he's a bumper car. More scandal for the BBC this week, as Morph has been outed by the Daily Mail as a Play-Doh-phile. Anyway, let's get into it. Tonight's Pitch Talk Flop of the Week is brought to you by the Sofa King on Melrose Avenue in Hollywood. Our prices are Sofa King low.
Oh my God.
Sofa King low. FIFA's Jim Boyce is calling for diving to be stamped out of football. It's becoming like a cancer within the sport. I don't want to mention any names, but as far as I'm concerned, some of these young players are going down as though they've been shot when in reality they've jarredly been touched, said the 68-year-old Irishman. It's like they're trying to win an Oscar. Officials should have the power of retrospective action made available to them immediately if we want to see this situation get nanny better. Now, my question is, if Luis Suarez falls over in a forest and nobody's there to see it, does he still ask for a penalty? What's amazing to me is the fact that Luis Suarez dives from 5 feet and stays down. Flex Baumgartner dives from 128,000 feet in the air and gets straight back up again. Apparently, Felix has said the first thing he was able to recognize on the planet Earth as he plummeted from space was Katie Price's fanny.
Oh!
I'm going for the same record next year, but I'm going to do it while smoking a joint. The Red Bull-sponsored skydiver fell in 5 minutes, the distance it took him 2.5 hours to climb. Sounds like Tottenham last season.
Oh, that's good.
Felix is now the greatest diver ever and performs superbly when there's zero atmosphere. LFC have made a £47 million bid. Rangers are set to launch shares amongst fans. They will be traded in euros only as they cannot handle sterling. The latest FIFA rankings have just been announced. Scotland have been overtaken by that island Tom Hanks was stranded on in Castaway. Joe Roy Hodgson is unhappy with the San Marino goalkeeper, who Big T gave his Player of the Week to, Aldo Junior Simoncini, after his challenge in England's 5-0 World Cup qualifying victory at Wembley put Theo Walcott in the hospital. Walcott underwent a scan on Friday which revealed he's pretty useless. Edgar Davids has returned to England as head coach of League Two strugglers Barnet. This is the proudest moment of my career, said the former Barcelona, Juventus, Ajax and AC Milan player. With all the dreadlocks, Edgar should fit right in because his Barnet's pretty naff as well. With moves like Boa Morton to Chesterfield, Edgar Davids to Barnet, I'm just waiting for Pele to sign for Forest Green. The Newcastle United top is now on sale, featuring full logo. It's $39.99 or 36 monthly payments of $26.44. Pardew has told his Newcastle United players to forget all about the club's new sponsorship deal with Wonga.com. He's told them to get out there on the pitch and give it 4,107%. Colleen Rooney announced that she's pregnant with her second baby, which is a relief because now we know Wayne is clearly still capable of shooting on target. John Terry is said to be delighted. As we all know, Rooney was given the armband on Friday. By next week, he's hoping to be able to retrieve the bricks from the deep end.
Oh.
Patrick Vieira has accused English players of lacking the pride, hunger and desire to play for their country, which is a bit rich coming from the man who opted to play for France over his native Senegal. Leeds United have been dubbed the Pamela Anderson of English football, meaning they're not very natural up front, have a reputation for being dirty, once popular a few decades ago, but now just get spanked every week. The Pitch Talk Flop of the Week. I'm Jonathan Sykes.